What's up, y'all? I am back. I had to do this video because Blumhouse made this piece of shit called Imaginary recently, and I didn't want to do a video on it because I'm gonna be real with you guys. Nothing actually really happens in the movie. Like the first, I don't even remember how the movies. It felt like 2 hours. Was just a lot of it was just here's some little bit of build, not even good build, but it was very much as here we got to imagine basically set up at the Chauncey the bear is this I guess stepdaughter because this woman's married. I don't remember the main character's name at all. She's married to this dude who I guess he's a musician because he left to go on tour, so it's basically just a lazy reason to get him out basically out of the movie. And he ends up she ends up seeing this bear that there's two stepdaughters. The one is just there to be the angsty teen trope, and then the other's the little girl who has the bear. Come to find out, this movie made such a big deal about this reveal that the bear was actually not real and it was imaginary. And it's the same bear that was her imaginary friend when she was younger. And it doesn't even make sense because, like I said, nothing happens. It's a lot of just, here's the little girl playing with her imaginary friend. That's it. Like, that's a lot of the movie. Nothing actually happens until, the end. You don't get any kills, really. You get one scare. But, yeah, dude. I couldn't make a video on that. That's why I decided not to. But I figure I still wanted to talk about it, but also in the context of Blumhouse, because Blumhouse has just been let's start with them wanting to do established franchise. I mean, look what they did with Halloween. I think the first 2018 was good, minus the ending, and I actually do enjoy kills, even though there's some cringe in it. But I do like kills, and then they just ruined it with Halloween Ends, and then what they try to do with The Exorcist. I mean, I went into it when I reviewed Exorcist Believer, and it didn't make any money. No, I was the only one in my friend group who saw it. I don't think no one else saw it. Not even, at all. And it's so, and the fact that they still want to do it, even though David Gordon Green, I think, was fired. I don't know if he was fired or he left, but they should just cancel these movies. No one wanted it. I remember people even just being against the idea of a reboot anyway. And there's no point in bringing Exorcist back. Do things like the Pope's Exorcist, stuff like that. There's no need to, because when you just do another Exorcist movie, it's just going to be a bad version of the original. Exorcist 3, don't get me wrong, was great. I do like that movie, but largely the first Exorcist was just its own monster, and for it to you're never gonna live up to that, and I just felt like they weren't gonna do that here. And they never should have tried it, and the fact that they wanted to do a trilogy of movies, I don't know, and it seems like they still want to do it. I would just abandon this idea. And then even with their own movies, they'll occasionally do a Megan, but they just rather just make I'm gonna call it conveyor belt of movies just to get money. That's what I felt like Imaginary was. They didn't actually put any actual care into it. I would say the same with movies like Truth or Dare. Occasionally we'll get a Megan and then some of the other Insidious movies, but that's just because I think the original people are still behind those, so I think that's why. So we might get lucky there, but largely these movies have just been generic, just to mindless shit like Truth or Dare. I didn't really love the Happy Death Day movies, but at least that was innovative somewhat. Even it was the Groundhog Day idea, but at least it was something innovative. If they can do stuff like A24, it wouldn't be so bad, because A24 isn't perfect. I'll admit it. They're not perfect, they've made some stinkers, but at least they're largely innovative, and they try to at least innovative and experiment. They do their own thing with movies, and not like they have some giant budget, so they're kind of. I don't inherently have a problem with the lower budget. I'm a slasher horror fan. I understand most horror movies are lower budget. You look at Halloween, the original, or any of the Friday the 13th movies. Those are like, let's just be real. They're very cheap, especially Friday the 13th. Friday, very cheap movies. But I still love them because they still, at least some of them had innovation, at least with the kills and all that. Blumhouse isn't doing anything like that. They'd rather just make these movies just to mine money, but don't actually care like what the content is. That's what I felt like Imaginary was. Like, they didn't actually care what was in the movie. They just wanted to mine money. And it's so sad because I'm a horror guy and I feel like there's so much you could do and experiment and take chances, but they don't want to do it. They'd rather either buy some established franchise so they can, because they see that's the easiest way to get money, because it's established franchise. That's the reason, like, I think Jason Blum wants fucking Friday the 13th, which now I don't even know if I want Blumhouse touching, because after what they did with Halloween towards the end, and then definitely what they did with The Exorcist, I don't know if I trust Blumhouse with even a Friday the 13th. I just think Blumhouse needs to get their shit in order, because I think I like the idea of their studio. I don't inherently have a problem with the whole lower budget thing, but when you make these cheap, bad movies you don't even put any thought into, you don't actually care about what the content is, you just want to make shit like Imaginary, then it's sad, because then it's what, are we going to get like a Megan every few years? And now I'm worried, is Megan 2 even going to be good? Because you're just going to, I feel like they're going to get the wrong message of why people like the first Megan. Just with how Blumhouse has been going, something tells me that's what I fear. Like, I really fear they're going to get the wrong message of why people like Megan. And I think they're going to spam her. Like, that scene with the dance? I found that scene genuinely creepy in the movie, even though they played it before the trailers, for the trailers and all that. Something tells me there's going to be a lot of those type of scenes, because, I'm going to say it, they're going to get the wrong message why people liked it. They're going to spam shit like that and make it like more so they can get the memes and go viral. And I think that's what they care about too. So I feel like they're gonna fuck up Megan too. I'm hoping they don't, but we'll see. But something tells me Megan's gonna be like the only really good thing they're gonna come out with. I'm gonna, who knows? I'll keep my eye on Blumhouse, but it's just sad, man. Because Imaginary, I think there is a concept there you could have actually done something with. And they did do a sequel tease, but it's like, nah, I don't even trust them with a sequel. Because like, because they didn't actually even care about what was in the first one. So yeah, I understand. I like the idea of Blumhouse, but it just seems like they're just going down the shitter. So I wanted to talk about the state of Blumhouse. Like, Blumhouse, we do need to talk, man. And I felt like I gave all my grievances with y'all. There's some good ideas there, but y'all just don't know what to do with it. You'd rather just care about making money, and you do blatantly lie in your ads, because that's what Imaginary was. Nothing actually happens. I'm going to say once again, nothing happens in Imagine. There's one kill, and it's not even a good kill. I mean, or you play it safe with like movies like Five Nights at Freddy. Okay, it made money, but it was very safe. It's so safe that as a movie, does anyone actually talk about it? Or do they just talk about how much money it made? Or because it's tied to the Five Nights at Freddy franchise, right? Not necessarily because it's a good movie, because it wasn't. It's not some all-time great horror. Megan was better, which came out that year. So no, I found FNAF. And I'm not a fan of The World, but even just as a horror movie, it's not good. There's no scaring. At least the game, there is some scares, like the idea you're in this place for, 5 nights. And they didn't even do that. They added some weird, like, child support, because the main guy was trying to, like, adopt his baby sister, basically. And that was the whole movie. It was so bad. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end it here. Later tonight, I don't think I'm going to watch the Magical Negroes movie. That's not up yet, so don't think that's gonna probably be up to like the weekend, so I'll probably won't review that till maybe Sunday. So more than likely today, what I'm gonna do, since I didn't do Police Academy 2 on Tuesday, I figure I'll watch Police Academy 2 today because I do want to kind of continue those movies. So we'll do that today, and I do want to do like a review this week since I didn't really do any. So other than that, guys, I'm gonna end it here, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow or later. Sorry.